Happy 2017 February. I hope everybody had a great start to the new year. I'm going to shuffle the cards one more time. I've already pre-shuffled, but I like to add a little energy one more time before we start the read. My readings are based on love and relationships, but if I sense other aspects that need to be addressed, I will bring those to the forefront as well. This is a general reading, so as always, check your sun, moon, and rising. I hope this resonates with everybody. If you have any questions or want any more insight, again, check those other videos as well. As I've said in my previous videos, I move pretty quick. I have a lot to say, and I want to get it all out there, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them below or email me. Hope you find this spread valuable and you get what you need out of it. Again, this is for Aquarius, February 2017. So, let's get started. Alright, so the first card I'm going to pull is going to be your current state of mind entering February. And you have the Ace of Coins. So, Aquarius, this is actually a great card for getting at the beginning of the read. It's showing that a lot of you have come through some very tough times. And now is a time that'll be full of some blessings and hopefully some peace for a while. Having the Ace of Coins begin February is good because this card is new beginnings and opportunity. For singles, this means several potential partner aspects, new chances to meet new people and embrace, first date jitters, first kisses, some butterflies. This card doesn't mean you will find what you want immediately or guarantee love, but it does mean the possibilities are there, and it's up to you to do the legwork. I'm getting the feeling most of you are excited and up for the challenge of facing the dating world again, which we all know can be very scary, and now with technology, it's, never-ending possibilities or avenues you can take to meet new people. So, some of you, may be taking more time to think about what you want, more than you ever did before. I don't see anybody rushing in. In fact, I feel like Aquarius is really taking their time this go round and being careful to represent the person you want and putting that into the universe, taking it back kind of as a statement of readiness. So it feels like you're truly ready and the potential is there. For couples, this also means prosperity and opportunity. A lot of you are looking at new opportunities as couples, to do things together, like maybe taking a class together, planning a vacation, adding a baby to your family, taking the next step from commitment to engagement to possibly marriage. For both singles and couples, this is a new chapter of your life. Whether it's for couples, marriage, or a smaller step like moving in together, some of you might even be adopting an animal together. Whatever it is, it's moving in a good direction for most of you. Feels like everybody's kind of taking each day as it comes and focusing on the positive. And there's a lot of excitement about the future, which seems like a new beginning in itself because some of you haven't always been excited about what's to come. So that's a great beginning. The next card we have is going to be any feelings or challenges, often internal. And you have the King of Wands. This can either hinder, your current state or push it along. It's not holding you back by any means. This card is urging you on. This is strength and knowing what you're capable of this month and where you're heading. For couples, this card is about ethics and personal awareness. It's as if the fog and the weight of 2016 have lifted, and you and your partner have made a decision to start romancing each other more and more and rekindling the love that you had in previous times. As I've told a few other signs, Valentine's Day may play a big role in the nostalgia or push for this, but overall, as couples, you knew that something needed to be done. Your bond was wavering and now you're strengthening. It feels like you're both taking leadership in your strengths. So maybe one of you is better at finances or decisions surrounding retirement or kids' college funds, while the other partner may be better at nurturing or coming up with creative or fun ideas for everybody to participate in. The same can be true in the love aspect. Maybe one person is more vocal when it comes to sharing their needs and desires, while the other partner may be better at bringing them to fruition and listening and coming up with ideas to putting those wants and desires in motion. Whatever the case is, you will both notice strength in each other and rely on each other. You're kind of feeding off of each other this month. and both of you are feeling safe and secure in the relationship, which feels like for a long time it was off kilter a little bit. For singles, this card is inspiration. It's as though you're feeling inspired by the most mundane things. Going to the grocery store now, has an appeal that it never did before. Maybe just getting out and about in the fresh air and walking among people is giving you strength. Feels like you've awakened from something. Many of you like a depression or loneliness, and sometimes that has to do with coming into spring as well. Or maybe you just needed to be alone for a while and learn to be comfortable in your skin. Many of you may have been in a codependent relationship in the past, and now you're learning to survive on your own. You also know what you want in a relationship, and you're finally feeling ready to just go after it and not stop until you get there. So very positive for the beginning. The next card you have is going to be any past relationships or traits that you've had. And again, this is your distant past, so over the past few months, past few years, and you have the Knight of Coins. So actually, this card is not as harsh as some of the cards I've seen pop up in this for other signs in this particular area, which is your distant past. Feels like a lot of you played it safe, almost too safe in relationships. There was a lot of hard work, but a lot of caution, as though you were walking on eggshells with your partners. Like a lot of you were trying to make your partners happy who were never going to be happy, and it's because they were miserable and there was something inside of them. It had nothing to do with you, but you were feeling kind of lonely and like an empty shell. You were putting all this time into pleasing your partner and making them happy that you forgot about you and your needs. Maybe some of you were even in traditional relationships where your role was clearly defined by either being in the man position or the woman position, kind of like barefoot and pregnant, and you had to fill that role without any complaints or say in the matter. I really get the feeling that many of you needed love and genuine touch, and I'm truly sorry for those of you that didn't get it before, because you're going to see it now. If you're single or if you're coupled, you're in a much better place. Lots of wasted time for some of you in unhealthy relationships, and you vowed to yourself that you're not going to go through that again, not going to put yourself through it or let anybody put you through that. It's important to remember the past and try and take the good from what we had and leave the bad. I feel like a lot of the loneliness, even when you were in past relationships, was a yearning or a longing for love and kindness. Just remember that you're worth it and you deserve it. Leave the past where it lies and move forward. I know easier said than done. We will all revisit the past, but make sure that you take care of yourself going forward and, just take care of your heart. The next card you have is the most recent past. So that's in like the past few weeks, the past month, and you have the Eight of Coins. So the Eight of Coins is also about a lot of hard work, but it's different hard work than this. This is lonely hard work that's not going to pay off. You're with somebody who's not going to appreciate it. And this is hard work that's going to pay off. This card means in the more recent past, you've been getting things aligned. If you're single, you've been getting all your ducks in a row, so to speak, so you can meet the right person for you. I strongly get the sense that last year was really hectic and things felt out of whack, maybe financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, maybe divorces, separations, and now it's as if you've done the work. You may not have a ton of money in the bank. You may not own your own home, but you're steady and you have goals to achieve certain things you want, and it just feels like it would be a comfort to share those goals and experiences with somebody you care about. So now the next stage is beginning to look and meet people. So I'm excited for you. Everything feels very aligned for single Aquarius. You have the skills in work and other aspects, but now you're in a good place to shift that focus a little bit more in the direction of love and the possibility of meeting somebody special. For couples, this correlates with the rest of the read well. You've put in the work and performed your duties, so to speak, to keep your families happy or communicate in the everyday, but now you're putting the effort in other aspects of your relationship, like the romance department. Some of you have been working on getting healthy, and maybe that's just to keep up your stamina in the bedroom. Maybe you've just been visiting the bedroom for a lot more than sleep lately. This card is work, but I feel like a lot of you are having fun putting in the overtime. Use Valentine's as an excuse to escape as a couple, or, keep up the chintzy romance. Whatever you've been working on recently, you can both feel the changes, and that's good. Even extra flirting, longer kisses when saying goodbye, making sure you kiss when you say goodbye, feels like a small thing, but it's making a big difference. It's as if you're looking at each other with stars in your eyes for the first time in a long time, or maybe for the first time ever. So good for you if this resonates with you, because it feels like this is going to last longer than just the month of February. So the next card you have is your future in time. And again, this is distant future, so this isn't happening by the end of February. This is over the next few weeks, several months. And you have the Seven of Cups. And this card is all about options and choices, and boy, do you have a lot of them coming your way, especially if you're single. As I said above, if you haven't already, you're going to have a plethora of possibilities coming towards you. I get the feeling many of you are getting approached, maybe in random places, even like, the grocery store. Maybe that push to feel to get out and do, everyday errands, but you have a smile on your face and your energy is glowing. People are coming up to you and just wanting to maybe have a conversation with you, or even just approach you because you're approachable and you're putting that out into the universe. Whichever avenues you're taking, whether it's online or speed dating, you won't be lacking any potential suitors. Some of this, again, may have to do with Valentine's coming up, but whatever the case is, you're going to feel like you're in the spotlight a little bit. Many of the singles will feel like their wishes are coming true, so just enjoy it. For couples, this is wishes coming true, and some of it's just wishful thinking, like maybe proposals happening, or maybe you're dreaming of what your perfect wedding would look like, or thinking about how many kids you would want and what their names would be, if that's what your ideal future looks like. This is an excellent card for both couples and singles. I'm going to urge you to take it slow, though, and make smart decisions. Don't let rose-colored glasses or too much champagne cloud your judgment this month. You still want to make good, positive choices. This card is majority positive, but it does heed a warning not to fall into temptation. So for couples, you've come really far in strengthening your bonds. Don't let anything get in the way. Doesn't feel like for most of you this is going to be an issue, but for some, it might be a temptation, and it'll be short-lived. If it's with another person, once you've gotten your point across that you're not interested, it won't be an issue anymore. This also may be a temptation to try new things that wouldn't be healthy for your relationship. So keep that in mind. Doesn't just mean an affair or flirting. It could mean a temptation to drastically change things out of a quick decision or haste, and in the end, it wouldn't be a good one. You have the choice to not ruin the good you have going for you, so I would just urge you to go with the flow and make sure you keep your connection alive with your partner. For singles, again, this heeds the warning too as temptation, but this is more like, if you're not looking for a one-night stand, then don't give in to the temptation. You will get what you put out, so keep the dream alive, but stick up for what you want and what type of relationship you're looking for. This also goes for you singles who might reconcile. I don't see a ton, but some of you will. And a lot of you won't need to worry about issues with reconciliation. If it does come, it seems like it's going to be quick and just boom, it's going to either work out or it's not, and some major communication will happen. But you do want to be careful with past loves coming back, because sometimes, again, nostalgia, Valentine's Day, etc. Make sure it's the right decision for you and that you're both in a better place than where you were before, and you're moving into it with a clear head. So the reconciliation may be possible over the next few months. The next card you have is going to be your immediate future. So this is in the next few weeks and throughout February, and you have the Magician. So the Magician is the ability to see what you want and know that you have the strength and power to get it. You can manifest this. You're stable and you're in control of your destiny if you choose to be. If you are single, you're coming across laid back and calm and in no rush, unless you find someone who strikes your interest in a way and you know that person is special and deserves your attention. You will definitely strike and take, what you want. Well, not necessarily take what you want, but you know what I mean. You'll put the extra effort in making sure you're doing everything you can to retain somebody special in your life. You will be making a lot of connections this month on many levels. And again, the Magician can develop anything he or she chooses while keeping their expectations grounded and realistic. For couples, you feel like the Magician and the Magician's assistant. Like anything you can imagine you can do as long as you're together. The bond is really strong for many of you, so it's as if you can accomplish anything you put your minds to. Both singles and couples are going to feel this energy, and it's very positive, but you know that it takes the work and you're willing to put the effort in. I feel like couples will again, add more activities, take classes together, um, make, plans for the future, set goals, even work on spicing things up again in the bedroom. For some reason, that keeps coming up, which is excellent because, it's important that that area is healthy as well. For singles, maybe you're going out with people you would normally pass up because they didn't fit what you imagined, but you're realizing perfection is not what you seek, happiness is. You're not perfect, so you shouldn't expect that from other people. See a lot of you going on dates that are a little more intriguing, or you're putting more thought into impressing people you're interested in, and you're realizing that to find what you want, putting some sincere thought and creativity into it is going to make a big difference. The next card you have is going to be future external factors. So these are things that are going to affect your outcome, which is here. So these are future external factors, and you have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace represents clarity, which many of you are seeing people for what they are now. If you're single, you're able to read the fakes and ingenuine people. You're able to push past the crap, hone in on people who are truly looking and being honest with you about what they want. In the past, it seems like people have said they want one thing and they show you something completely different. You're also finding it easier to say no to those people that you're meeting that you know nothing would work out with. You don't want to waste their time or yours. And again, not conceited, because Aquarius don't come across that way at all. It's just you're not going to settle for something you know isn't going to work for either of you in the end. You're showing a side of logic while also being able to enjoy yourself. So for couples, you're empowered and it's like a flow of energy between you and your partner. You feel as though you can accomplish anything, and even little tasks, as long as you can do them together. Like I just got a picture of two people washing dishes without sticking everything in the dishwasher and going their separate ways. There's a sink full of suds, kisses in between blowing suds at each other, music playing, drying dishes off. This is momentum and it's good. You seem realistic in the fact that you're not going to blow smoke and you're not expecting fairy tales, but you both know you deserve to be happy and you want that together and with each other, which is even more important. The next card you have is going to be internal factors, and you have the Seven of Swords. And Aquarius, this card's not the best card, but it is internal. So this is inside you. Even though things are going well, some of you are still harboring these internal fears of, your past, of being alone or facing that empty shell. It means you're putting up a happy face, but you need to start believing it from within as well. Many of you, whether you're single or coupled, seem to be battling the happiness of what's coming, and it's starting to unfold in a positive way, and you kind of have that fear of it not being true, or maybe it's a falsehood. Almost like you're afraid of being happy because maybe you've never truly felt that in a relationship, or anytime you did before, you felt deceived. So feels like a lot of you are looking for happiness, or you have found it, and everything bringing you to these moments were stepping stones to get there. Some of them were slippery or painful, but what you will find is the payoff in the end will be worth the wait and worth some of the things you had to endure to get there. You had to learn to love yourself because this was empty and you're still nervous about your capabilities and loving yourself. It feels like you're fearing the solitude again you felt in the past. Maybe you had empty relationships and they weren't fulfilling, and now you're worried that it may be too good to be true, whatever you're seeing come to the forefront now. You can't let that take over the blessings coming your way. You can't let it get in the way of what you deserve. It feels like a lot of you dealt with manipulative partners, so you worry you won't be able to see the red flags or have the strength to get out if things aren't going well. A lot of you, it seemed, drifted on for years without actually doing what you knew was needed to get out of the relationship. You've been in this circus before and you don't want to go back. So most of you will not. You need to know your self-worth. Trust your instincts have grown throughout the past and you won't be deceived. The next card you have, well, two cards, are going to be your hopes and fears for the outcome and then your actual outcome. So your hopes and fears are going to be the five of cups. And the Five of Cups represents, quite a bit of fear. Again, going along with the 7 internal. Aquarius, you have so much good coming, but some of you have the fears that are overwhelming the good, And if you don't put a kibosh on it, you might ruin a chance that you have that's coming into your future. This card screams solitude, again, as the internal factors did. It's heartbreaking to think that some of you were lost and empty, and some of you still don't know your self-worth. This card shows fear or sadness or grief, but that's inside you. That is not the outcome. So please, whether you're single or coupled, start smiling more. Start singing in the shower and in your car. Dance while you do the dishes. Belly laugh with your friends, your partners, your kids, etc. Do something every day to keep a smile on your face. It could be the smallest thing, but something you enjoy. Listen to a song you want. The strange thing is that I feel like most of you truly want to be happy, and you're taking the steps to get there. A lot of you are beaming on the outside and even changing behaviors. Just watch your self-doubt. When things are going good, let them and go with it. Don't wait for the other shoe to drop. You deserve this. So the outcome you have is the 10 of Coins, which is excellent. This represents generosity. If you're single, you will find a partner that will give and take and treat you well. Somebody that you can say, hey, I'm feeling kind of lonely, or I'm feeling kind of in the dumps today. And they'll understand and know exactly what to do to make you feel better. They'll be giving in love and in friendship, which is super important because that's a foundation. This card, again, means you'll have an excess of people wanting your attention. You won't have to worry about being alone or facing solitude for a long, long time. This is plentiful and it's coming into your life, not just in love, but I feel it growing in all aspects. I think you're going to feed off a lot of positive things that are going to come forward. For couples, this card is good as well. You're planting your legacy and teaching each other life lessons that are positive. And if you have kids, you're also teaching them. You're creating a healthy foundation for you and your partner, as well as family bonds and friendships. This is really important because the expectations you set now are the ones that are going to continue to grow. And if they're giving and loving, they will exceed what you could possibly even imagine. So overall, Aquarius, this is a really positive time for you. And if you haven't felt it, you will. But the struggle internally can be a bully. So fight back because you're worth it. And others see that you're worth it too. So I have a little wish paper that I've been lighting for all of the signs. And my wish for you is that you truly love yourself and let love in. Again, this usually floats off into the air. Sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, then I'll release the ashes. And then I have some just chintzy Valentine cards that I was going to pull and see what those had to say. So again, we'll give this a minute, see if it floats off into the air or if we're going to get the ash, and then I'll release it. So there we go. So I'll release that. And then we have these Valentine cards. Let me see. I'll just pull in really quick and see what it says. Okay. So you have encourage your partner to fulfill their dreams. The more confident they are, the happier you both will be. So that's good. Definitely about encouraging each other and relying on each other to bring confidence and happiness out in each other. So have a great February. I hope everybody enjoys Valentine's Day, and I'll see you next month. Thanks, Aquarius.